Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing fine and are safe at home. Welcome back to my channel, Economic Zone by Diksha Ahuja. If you really like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. In today's video, I have come up to explain Unit 4 of Macroeconomics, that is Government Budget and the Economy. It is one of the important chapter of macroeconomics and it is also related to the real life. Since budget is presented in the parliament in the month of Feb every year by the finance minister. So now let us know the content of the chapter. It includes meaning, objectives and components of government budget. Then the classification of receipts into revenue receipts and capital receipts. Then the expenditure into revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Lastly, we will understand three types of deficit, that is fiscal deficit, revenue deficit and primary deficit. But this video contains part 1, government budget, meaning, objectives and components. So, before understanding the government budget, let us know the origin of budget. During the British rule, Britishers used to keep a leather bag named bougat in French for keeping their papers to be presented in the parliament. And from that name, the government plans the estimated budget every year, including estimated receipts, that is income of the government, and expenditure of the government during one fiscal year. Now, we need to know the objectives of the government budget. That is, why the government plans out for the economy, what are the motives to be fulfilled. So the objectives are economic growth, economic stability, managing state-owned enterprises, redistribution of income and wealth, and reallocation of resources. The very first objective of the government budget says reallocation of resources. It means using the resources in efficient manner, and the government uses its tools, taxation and expenditure for doing the same. The government can either impose heavy taxes on dangerous and harmful goods to discourage their production. For example, cigarette, tobacco, liquor, etc. On the other hand, the government can give tax concessions and subsidies for the goods which are good for the economy to encourage the production. For example, jute bags, essential commodities. And second step, by expenditure, the government can involve itself into the market. Why the government involves in the economy? Because the private sector refuses to undertake some of the production because either of huge investment or low profitability. And these goods on which the government invests is known as public goods. The example of public goods in which the government directly participates is water supply and street lighting. So now, second objective is redistribution of income and wealth. Again, the government uses its tools of taxation and expenditure to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor, because we are saying redistribution of income and wealth. Redistribution means distributing the wealth in a new manner. So the government can either charge heavy taxes from the rich people and invest the amount for the welfare of poor section of the society. And how can the government spend on the poor people? Through the expenditure policy, the government can give health and education in free, essential food items, and LPG and many more items for the welfare of poor section. And this will help to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor and will reduce the inequality in the economy. Now, the third objective of the government is to maintain economic stability in the economy, meaning there should be no fluctuation in prices, neither inflation nor deflation. And to correct these fluctuations, government again uses its tools of taxation and expenditure. For example, in the case of inflation, when demand is more, people are having higher incomes, the demand is increasing, therefore the price level is increasing. The government in these times imposes heavy taxes and reduces its expenditure to correct the situation. And vice versa, in the case of deflation, the government imposes lower taxes and increase the expenditure to correct the situation. The fourth objective of the government budget is economic growth. Economic growth means increase in the GDP, and the budget can be allocated to increase growth by using the government resources in various sectors such as defense, education and health, etc. By doing so, the government can achieve the objective of economic growth. Now, the last objective is to manage the public enterprises. Lastly, the government uses its budget to invest in its own public sector undertakings such as railway sector and many other industries. After understanding the objectives of government budget, we need to know the components of government budget. So, government budget includes revenue budget and capital budget. Revenue budget has two parts, revenue receipts and revenue expenditure. Similarly, capital budget has two parts, capital receipts and capital expenditure. Revenue receipts is divided into two subparts, tax revenue and non-tax revenue. Tax revenue includes direct tax and indirect tax. All these points is to be explained in the next video. The explanation of all the parts will be uploaded soon on my channel in part 2 of this chapter. Thank you for today. Have a nice day.